In 2026, setting rates no longer means updating a spreadsheet once a season. That approach leaves money on the table every single week. With market saturation stabilizing and traveler demand shifting faster than ever, static pricing has become the fastest way to bleed revenue. You need dynamic pricing strategies powered by AI to adjust your rates in real time, fill gap nights automatically, and keep you competitive without constant dashboard monitoring. Dynamic pricing automatically adjusts nightly rates based on real-time data. Airlines and hotels have used it for decades, but the technology is now essential for short-term rentals of all sizes. The strategy has evolved from simple seasonal pricing to hyper-local demand sensing. Knowing that July is busy isn't enough anymore. You need a system that detects a concert announcement 3 blocks away and raises your rate for those specific dates before the news even hits your inbox. Modern tools like Guesty Price Optimizer function as machine learning engines. They don't just track dates, they understand why a date is valuable. In a market where supply growth is slowing, existing hosts have a renewed opportunity to capture yield if you price correctly. Building a revenue engine requires 5 pillars working together to maximize revenue per available room. Pillar number 1 is market-based demand signals. Your pricing tool must track competitor occupancy and local hotel average daily rates in real time. When the hotel next door sells out, your pricing should automatically increase to capture overflow demand. Pillar number 2 is booking lead time, or pacing. A pacing strategy might charge a premium for guests booking 6 months in advance to lock in high revenue, while strategically dropping rates for last-minute gaps to ensure occupancy. Pillar number 3 covers event-driven spikes. Manual tracking of local events is impossible at scale. Your system should automatically detect invisible demand drivers like local graduations, conferences, or festivals, and adjust rates before you even see the news headline. Pillar number 4 is length of stay optimization. Don't let a one-night booking block a potential 7-day stay. Dynamic minimum night rules protect your calendar by requiring longer stays for bookings made far in advance, then gradually relaxing that restriction as the date approaches. Pillar number 5 is gap night filling. Orphan nights are the single distinct nights left unbooked between 2 longer reservations. Rule-based logic should automatically identify these gaps and discount the nightly rate just enough to entice a guest to fill them, recovering revenue that would otherwise be zero. Switching to dynamic pricing doesn't have to be overwhelming if you match your strategy to your scale. Independent hosts with 1 to 3 properties can use Guesty Lite for set-and-forget growth, while larger portfolios use Guesty Pro for granular control. Regardless of size, follow these 4 steps to transition safely. Step number 1, set your floor price. Calculate your break-even point, including cleaning fees, utilities, and your desired margin. Your algorithm should never price below this number. Step number 2, enable AI-driven recommendations. Activate the machine learning layer to start ingesting market data. Step number 3, layer in rule-based overrides. Machines are smart, but you know your property best. Add overrides like always plus 20% for Christmas week, regardless of what the algorithm suggests. Step number 4, monitor and refine. Review performance monthly. If your occupancy hits 100%, your prices might be too low. If occupancy drops, your aggressive stance may need softening. A common misconception is that dynamic pricing just means discounting. This leads to a race to the bottom where hosts undercut each other until margins vanish. True dynamic pricing raises rates when demand is high, not just lowers them when it's low. Average daily rate stagnation is a major risk for hosts who refuse to adapt. Using data to justify higher rates during peak demand avoids the trap of competing solely on price. Consider the quality of the guests, too. Consistently lowest price listings often attract guests who are less respectful of the property. Maintaining a healthy price floor acts as a filter, attracting guests who value what you offer. Let's address the most common questions about these strategies. First, what is the difference between static and dynamic pricing? Static pricing uses fixed rates year-round or seasonal, while dynamic pricing adjusts rates automatically based on real-time demand and competitor activity. Second, does dynamic pricing work for a single property? Yes. Even for a single listing, dynamic pricing increases revenue by catching demand spikes you might miss and filling gap nights that would otherwise go unbooked. Guesty Lite makes this accessible without a complex setup. Third, can I set a minimum price so I don't lose money? Absolutely. Setting a floor price is the first step in any setup. The system will never drop your rates below this limit, protecting your margins. Fourth, how often do prices update? Most modern systems, including Guesty Price Optimizer, refresh rates at least every 24 hours to reflect the latest market data. Fifth, will dynamic pricing hurt my occupancy rate? It typically improves it. Lowering rates during low demand periods attract guests who would otherwise book elsewhere, while maximizing revenue during high demand periods ensures the best return on your booked nights.